Today's topic is Kaveri River. It is frequently in news because of the interstate water dispute and the recent developments regarding the dispute. There are so many videos out there discussing the developments of interstate water dispute and how you can use it in the examination perspective. Unlike those videos, in this session, we are going to focus only on the Kaveri River from the examination perspective. So everything a UPSC aspirant needs to know regarding the Kaveri River, we will discuss in today's session, and towards the end of the session, we will solve the previous questions that has been asked so far from Kaveri River. Before we begin with the Kaveri River, how to study a river from the UPSC examination perspective, especially the prelims perspective, right? So when it comes to river, it's not a standalone topic. Rather than that, it is very interconnected, very interlinked. Okay, so when you study a particular river, be it any river, there are certain areas that you need to focus on. The approach is very simple. When you're studying any topic, find similar topics from the previous questions and see what angles UPSC has asked before. And this particular topic you're going to prepare along those same angles which you can find in the previous questions. Similar approach being applied here. When we look at the previous questions that have been asked from the rivers, we understand that areas like origin of a river, similarly where it is flowing into, right, where it is draining into, its tributaries, its distributaries, similarly the hills associated with them, okay, as well as the national parks or the protected areas associated with these rivers. Another angle UPSC frequently asks is the famous places or the towns or cities associated with these rivers. So you can expect questions like pair type of questions, like on one side there will be hills and on the other side there will be rivers, or on one side it will be protected areas, on the other side there will be rivers. And one other specific or very favorite area is they will be linking it with the water sources like dams or reservoirs. Okay, so when we prepare a river or prepare any particular river, you need to focus on these areas and you need to interrelate with the environmental part and prepare the rivers. So similar approach we'll be doing for Kaveri River in today's session. My name is Anand Ramabhadran and welcome to Ekam IAS.
Many UPSC aspirants have enrolled for expensive offline and online coaching, yet they don't have any personal mentor to help solve their problems. To help such UPSC aspirants, Ekam IAS is providing 3 free one-to-one mentorship sessions. You can talk to our mentors directly to resolve the issues you are facing in your current stage of preparation. Click the link in the description to schedule an appointment with your mentor.
So now let's begin with the origin of the Kaveri River. So the origin is in Brahmagiri Hills in the Kochi district in Karnataka, and the origin is around 1,341 meters altitude is there. So generally the Kaveri River is originating from the Western Ghats. It's flowing through the Karnataka plateau. Okay, then from there are various waterfalls, and from there it enters the plains in Tamil Nadu near the Erode. Then it forms deltaic regions towards the eastern side after the Tanjavur, and from there it drains into the Bay of Bengal, right? So regarding the origin, you have to remember that it is in the Brahmagiri Hills, and there is a legend regarding this particular origin, and it is related with the Tala Kaveri, right? Tala means head and Kaveri, so head of Kaveri where it begins. So this is actually the temple. The image given here is the Tala Kaveri temple, where the deity here is the river itself. Okay. Now I'm not going into that part of the legend. If you're interested, please do read it from the internet. Now I'll show you the map where exactly this origin is, Tala Kaveri. You can see it here. Now in this place here we have Kerala, right? And this is the Kasaragod district. Nearby to the Kasaragod district, here is the origin of Kaveri River, the Tala Kaveri, right? From here the river is originating and it is draining into the Bay of Bengal. right? Now this is a place you have to remember regarding the place where Kaveri drains into Bay of Bengal, Poombuhar. This is in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Now we'll discuss Kaveri as if it's a story, right? Where it begins. We'll just start, or I'll take you through a journey of Kaveri where it starts as well as where it ends, right? And towards the end of the session, I'll brief the most important points that you need to remember, and then after that we'll solve the previous questions. So this is how this session will be progressing, and we'll discuss through the map. Now this is one approach I suggest to almost all of my students, and I found it very useful. When you study rivers or when you study map, make sure you use the Google map. This is most useful when it comes to river. Find where it originates and follow the river. You'll come across, you'll automatically read everything that you need to know regarding that particular river. And when you combine this with the details given in NCERT or the standard textbook, your preparation for that topic will be over. The good thing with this approach is that you will be able to remember the details for a long period of time because you are finding it yourself, right? So if you're interested, do trace the journey of Kaveri through the map itself. It's very interesting. Anyway, as this image shown here, this is the place where, as I mentioned earlier, Kaveri, the head of Kaveri, Kaveri, the Brahmagiri hills, right, in Kodagu district in Karnataka is where it originates. Now in this portion, it originates like this and it flows through this near this water reservoir. From here it takes a turn, then reaches the this particular reservoir. So in this image, we have to focus on 3 water reservoirs given here. The first one, this one, and second and third. The first reservoir given here is Harangi, right? Harangi. Now Harangi, it's a tributary of river Kaveri. Tributary means it's contributing water to the main river. And distributary means the river itself is spreading into different small rivers. Okay. So here you should understand that in this image, you can see the variation in elevation. These green color regions and the dark color region, they are high elevated regions. And these are generally the plains or the plateau regions, generally flat in nature. So it is originating from Western Ghats, it's flowing like this, and then it is entering the, flowing through the Mysore plateau or the Karnataka plateau, then later it enters the Tamil Nadu. So as I told you earlier, the 3 reservoirs, the first one here is Harangi. And the Harangi is a tributary of the river. We'll discuss, or I'll show you the exact tributaries and the left bank and the right bank towards later in the session. So as it progresses, I'll tell you the main tributaries and main locations that you need to be aware about this particular course of the river. The next one here is Hemavati. This river reservoir is Hemavati. Okay. This Hemavati river is also a tributary of Kaveri, and this one is Krishnaraja Sagar. Okay, Krishnaraja Sagar Dam. Okay, this is completely Kaveri river. There is no tributary here. Okay, so remember these 3 reservoirs. These are the main things we need to remember regarding the location of the origin of the river. So it is originating from the Western Ghats. Now as we look at this region, near to the Mysore, you can see here this Krishnaraja Sagara, the reservoir is nearby Mysore, right? And this place, Srirangapattanam, it's a very historically important place. So this is an island which was actually formed by the river, and a speciality is that near this island, the Srirangapattanam, Kaveri is getting split into 2 and flowing across Srirangapattanam. From here it gets split into 2. It is flowing across the Srirangapattanam, then it meets again. So Srirangapattanam is an island. There are 3 such islands that you need to remember regarding Kaveri. UPSC has already asked a question regarding that as well. Way back, not a recent year question, way back, I think it was in 1996, they asked a question regarding this. right? So there are 3 such places, islands that you need to remember. The first one is Srirangapatna, right? And this is a historical place where the last Anglo-Mysore war took place in Srirangapatna, right? This place, Srirangapatna, here the elevation difference is there. Okay, so Cauvery is generally making rapids and waterfalls throughout this stretch in the Karnataka plateau region. That entire stretch, the river is actually descending into the plain. So remember this, whenever a river flows from the higher elevation to the lower elevation, while it is passing through this high elevated regions, there will be waterfall and rapids. In those areas, we will be easily able to generate power through these processes. So Mysore and nearby city, even Bangalore city, will be getting power from Kaveri, right? Now Mysore clearly is getting power from this Srirangapatna, and here the rapids and waterfalls can be found. Okay, so remember the island where the Kaveri splits into 2. Later they are merging together, and you can see here it's moving like this. The next important place regarding the Kaveri is this region, Tirumakudulu Narasipura. The pronunciation is way off, pardon or like forgive me for it, right? But anyway, in this place, very important river, a very important tributary is meeting the Kaveri river. This is that tributary. The tributary is Kabani. So we have seen 3 tributaries, major tributaries so far, right? From here, the Kaveri, as it progresses, you can see that it is meandering through these areas because these are plateau regions. Okay. Another detail regarding this particular place, the Kabani river, as I told you, the Kabani river is originating from Kerala, from the Western Ghats itself, from Wayanad district in Kerala. It is originating and it is reaching here and meeting with the Kaveri river. Now, as we progress, the next important place is the Shivana Samudra. This is similar to the earlier island I told you, the Srirangapatnam. Here also, the Kaveri is splitting into 2 different channels. And this island also, you have to remember the name. Okay, this is the second main island formations, Kaveri, through the river course of the Kaveri, right? Shivana Samudra. And here, there is a famous waterfall. Okay, very famous waterfall. The name is Shivana Samudra itself. Now, another major event taking place near this location is this river, another tributary, is meeting with the Kaveri river, Shimsha river, right? The tributaries image, as I told you earlier, I'll show you later. So, the tributaries here, as well as Shivana Samudra, the island formation is there. And as you can see here, there is a terrain difference is here. In the color and the pattern is different here. It shows that the river is flowing down the plateau. Okay, the elevation difference is taking place, and that is why it is creating these kind of landforms in these areas. Now, as we move further, another important place is the location of near to the Shivana Samudra itself. Another river will be joining the Kaveri river, which is this one, Arkavadi. Okay, Arkavadi again, another tributary of the river. So, this one here is the Shimsha tributary, and here is the Arkavadi. As you can see here, like the river Kaveri is split into 2 channels, then later again it's joining here and it is flowing down the slope. Okay, and later it is met by the Arkavadi river. And another very important place here is Meghdadu, right? Meghdadu. So regarding Meghdadu, this is gorge, right? It's an gorge in the sense that the sides will be very steep. The water will be flowing through this gorge. This usually happens when the river is flowing down the slope. When there is a lot of elevation, the water will be having the eroding power of the river will be higher. So the rivers will undercut, right? The rivers will be cutting the rock downward, will be doing the undercut, right? So that happens in Meghdadu. Okay. Now, near to this Meghdadu, we can find the Karnataka-Tamil Nadu border. Okay. Now, from Meghdadu, again, the river flows downward. As we move further, the next important place, another waterfall, the second waterfall that is important in the Kaveri River's course is Hogenekkal. And this is near the border of the Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and from here we can generally say that the river is going to enter the Tamil Nadu. As of now, the river's journey is completely within the Karnataka state. Now from here it is going to enter the Tamil Nadu, right? So here we can find the Hogenekkal waterfall, and the Salem district is here. So nearby Salem district, here we have, this is the border. Okay, and here we have very important dam, Mettur Dam, which is completely on Kaveri River, Mettur Dam. UPSC has asked previous question regarding this. Now you can see here, like the elevated regions are now becoming slope. These areas here, it is going to be slope. Okay, so Mettur Dam, remember it is on the Kaveri river, and it is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so after the Hogenekkal, right? Hogenekkal is still in the border area. Now after the Hogenekkal, the river enters the Tamil Nadu state. Okay, and after this Mettur Dam, it is draining to the plain, and the one major city here is Erode. So the here, like as of now, we can see that the river has passed through the Mysore. Then another major city would the place would be Salem, right? The bordering regions of the Salem, the drainage basin is there. As well as that, we can find next one is Erode. Then before the river Kaveri reaches the Erode, another event is taking place. This region, right? It is not very clearly visible here. If you're interested, you can zoom in on the Google map. You will be able to find the river Bhavani, another river which is originating in Kerala, making its way to Tamil Nadu. I mean, originating in Kerala means it's on the eastern side of Western Ghats. So Kabani and Bhavani, those are the two tributaries that are originating from the Kerala side and flowing towards the one towards the Karnataka, another one towards the Tamil Nadu, and meeting the Kaveri River. So as of now, we are near to this region, Erode. It's almost, it has entered the plain. It's the waterfall and the rapids would be over by this time. Now the river is entering the plain regions. Okay. Now regarding this, near this Erode, another confluence is, there are two other confluences are taking place. The one is here, right, near this Vellore region, and another one is near this Karur region. These are the two other places where confluence is taking place. So the tributaries are Noel and Amaravati, right? The names I will show you very clearly towards as we progress with the session. So the other two rivers also, the water is coming towards the Kaveri River. Now I'll show you another image. So after this confluence, the two confluence, one here, other one here, after this it reaches the Tiruchirappalli. Remember this city, it's a very important place, Tiruchirappalli. So as of now, we have reached till Tiruchirappalli. Now I'll show you the zoom out image. So the river, after making its way from the Mettur Dam, it has reached the plains and it is going to drain into the Bay of Bengal. And here we'll be having various delta formations are there, alluvial soil is here, and mostly in the other stretches, we predominantly have the red soil, as well as there are different soils, but if you want to name one soil, predominantly it's the red soil. Okay, but towards this deltaic region, we are having alluvial soil. The deltas will be having the silt deposition and will be creating the alluvial soil. So as I told you, till Tiruchirappalli, we are having various tributaries contributing water to the Kaveri. Now from here, that's going to change. Okay, now we will talk about the journey of Kaveri from Tiruchirappalli through different tributaries. Alright, so the major tributaries, there are numerous tributaries, small streams are formed, but the major ones, the four of them, the name you have to remember, four of them. One is Kollidam River, another one is Vennar River, then another one is Arasalar River, right? And then we have Kaveri itself. So it's three main tributaries you have to remember, and Kaveri itself, it's also maintaining itself and draining into the Bay of Bengal as well. Now regarding this Tiruchirappalli, this place, right? This place you have to remember, Srirangam. Okay, and this is the third island So earlier two ones, what were their name? Srirangapatnam, first one. Second one, Shivana Samudra, right? And the third one, Srirangam. Now here also, the river Kaveri is getting split. And there are islands here. Okay. Now here it is splitting into, the river is splitting into Kolli Dam. Right? This major water body you can see here, it's not the river Kaveri, rather it is Kolli Dam river. So Kolli Dam, it's getting split into from this region, the beginning of this island, Srirangam. Okay. Now from this place or towards the eastern side of this Srirangam, we are having the Vennar river originating. That's another very important location. Here you can see the image once again that it's making into two different channels, and one is maintaining itself. It's actually like here the Kolli Dam river. Then here we have the Kaveri river. As the Kaveri river moves further down here, then it is getting split into Vennar. Okay, I'll show you a clear image for that. So you can see here, this is a Srirangam island. So in the beginning, the western side of the Srirangam island or the beginning of that island, it's split into Kolli Dam river as well as here we have the Kaveri river. Now another major dam which you need to remember is Kallanai Dam, right? Another name to this nearby region is Grand Anicut. Okay, this was created by the Chola king in the 1st century AD, right? Grand Anicut. So here also we have that dam, the same place. Now the dam is called as Kallanai Dam. Now from this region, okay, the Vennar river is originating. Vennar river is originating from this location, and this one towards the bottom one, the south one will be, this one will be the Vennar river, and this stream is the Kaveri river. So Kaveri initially split into Kolli Dam, and the Kaveri was going further. Then again it is split into Kaveri and the Vennar river. Now the next important place that we need to remember is the Tanjavur here. Okay. Now beyond Tanjavur, the Kaveri is getting split into various numerous small distributaries. All the names you don't have to remember. The major one you have to remember is Arasalar river. Okay. It is nearby the Tanjavur. It is getting split into Arasalar river. So Tanjavur, from beyond Tanjavur, there are a lot of distributaries. And sometimes it's called as Garden of South. Okay, because of these distributaries, and we have the deltaic regions. The next what we need to know is where exactly these different distributaries are finding its way to the Bay of Bengal. So those names are important. The first one is the Kolli Dam river. You can see here Pichavaram, right? This name you remember. So Kolli Dam river is draining into the Bay of Bengal in Pichavaram. The next one is the river Kaveri Pumbuhar. Okay, this is a place where the Kaveri is draining into the Bay of Bengal. The next one is river Arasalar. It is the Karaikal. Okay, Karaikal is part of Puducherry. So the river Kaveri is flowing through 3 states, tri-state as well as Puducherry. Okay, one part of the Puducherry is here. Majority of the part of the Puducherry is towards the north. Okay, that is not shown on the image here. So the Arasalar river is passing through, or Arasalar distributary of the Kaveri river is passing through the Puducherry. Okay, that can be an expected intrinsic detail which you need to remember. Now, other river is the river Vennar, which is draining into the Bay of Bengal near Nagapattinam. Another important place UPSC has already mentioned. Nagapattinam is one of those previous questions, right? Another major place, another important place you can notice here is Velanganni. A pilgrimage is also located here. So remember these 4 places, and remember the north to south arrangement. Kolli Dam, Kaveri, Arasalar, Vennar, right? Pichavaram, Pumbuhar, then we have Karaikal, then we have Nagapattinam. So we have started the Kaveri's journey from the Tala Kaveri, and through those western Ghats where the Brahmagiri hills where it originated, then we traced its way into the Karnataka or that Mysore plateau region, from where it was making the waterfalls and rapids and drained into the Erode, through the Mettur Dam. It entered the Tamil Nadu, and from there through the plains. Then after the this nearby the Tanjavur region, it created the deltaic regions. Okay, Tiruchirappalli also you remember. Now this is generally the journey of the Kaveri. Now we will revise, or I'll brief the important details which we have already discussed here. I'll brief the important details from the examination perspective, so stay tuned till the end of the video. So the drainage basin, this is another image, a good image with which we can learn properly the tributaries as well as the distributaries. The tributaries, one thing you have to remember is that whether they are left side tributary or right side tributary. One trick you can do would be to learn these tributaries in its order. Suppose if you are learning the left side tributaries, which one is joining the river first, like that you remember. Also, if you have a clear idea regarding the elevation of the region, you will be able to guess in which direction the river is flowing as well. So generally talking, the Cauvery river, it's almost, there is around 800 kilometers of length, the entire starting point till the end point, and it is covering 81,000 square kilometers, the third largest river in South India after Godavari and Krishna. Okay, and it's a holy river as well. So we will go through the different tributaries. So the details you can see here. Here the 3% is in Kerala, and predominantly the drainage basin of Kaveri is in Tamil Nadu, 56%, 41% in Karnataka. The 3% is because of those different tributaries that are originating. 3% of the Kerala, right? So we haven't seen Kerala yet, but those river Kabani as well as Bhavani, they're originating from Kerala, and because of that, this 3% is there. Okay, within also we have to remember the small that portion that Puducherry also is there. Okay, so tri-state river, it's also passing through a union territory. Now regarding the different tributaries, we see the left bank tributaries first. Okay, starting with here you can see Harangi, then we have Hemavati, okay, then Shimsha, this place, right, near Shivana Samudra, right? Shimsha is meeting the Kaveri river. Then another one you have to remember is Arkavati. A few kilometers after the Shiva Samudra, after the confluence of Shimsha, we will be able to see Arkavati. So remember the left bank tributaries in its order. Learn the I've given here in its order. If you wish, you can take screenshot, as well as there will be detailed material will be given, and you can access it through the link given in the description. You can download the PDF from our website. So make sure you study. More important than watching the video is that you learning this. That is why I'm telling you, when you learn the tributaries, learn it like left bank tributary and right bank tributary, and learn in one particular order, so that you will be easily able to remember those details, right? Now moving to right bank tributaries. Right bank tributaries, one Lakshmana Tirtha. I haven't mentioned it in the video earlier because it's a small tributary and it was very difficult to find it in the Google map as well. So if you're interested, do search it, but remember the name. Okay, that's the first one here. You can see here, this is a place where Lakshmana Tirtha, right, the right bank tributary. Second one is Kabani, which is originating from the Wayanad district here in Kerala. Then another one we have Suvarnavati, right? That's also located nearby this Kabani, meeting Kabani river, meeting the Kaveri. Nearby that place, we also have Suvarnavati. After that, we have Bhavani, right? Bhavani Sagar is there. From there, the Bhavani is meeting nearby that E road. Bhavani is meeting Kaveri, then Noy and Amaravati, right? So we have seen the left bank and right bank tributaries. Then the next one is the three important tributaries that you need to remember. Distributaries that you need to remember. Kollinam, Vennar and Arasalar. There are various other distributaries from in a national examination like a UPSC examination. More important ones, the three rivers, do remember its name. Okay. And also do remember the name of the Grand Anicut. Okay, Kallanai Dam, which is located there. Now after that, you can see that it's spreading, the deltaic formation is there. Fine. Now the major dams revising through what we have discussed so far. Krishnaraja Sagar Dam, okay? Then Mettur Dam, then Grand Anicut. These three dams, you please remember exact location where they are located, right? Remember these dams. Now in this image I can show you, it's one is near Mysore, then here we have here we have the Mettur Dam, another one is near the Tiruchirappalli, right? Srirangam. Now moving on to the next important aspect that you need to remember regarding the river is the major places. We have seen Mysore, Erode, Salem, Tiruchirappalli, Tanjavur and Mayiladuthurai, right? It is towards this region, right? And nearby this place we also have the Kumbakonam, right? The Kumbakonam we are having a power plant also located here. So after Tanjavur, then it is going to Kumbakonam, Mayiladuthurai, and later it is draining into Bay of Bengal. Now the two waterfalls, need not mention Shivanasamudram and Hoganikal. There is a spelling mistake here, Shivanasamudram and Hoganikal. Shivanasamudram is given on the left and Hoganikal on the right. Okay, and protected areas. This is one important aspect regarding when you are studying river, should be interlinking these facts, right? Protected areas are one of the favorite areas of UPSC. So I have given a list here. Please do read them and please do learn them. There is no point in me just reading out the protected areas. So I've given it separated, like protected areas in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and protected areas in Kerala. So when if they are asking which protected area belongs where, so you have to think from the drainage basin perspective. Exactly the river don't have to pass through that particular region. For example, Silent Valley National Park. The tributary is passing through it, not exactly the river. But those tributaries are all part of this river. Okay, so when we solve the previous year question, you will, when you see the UPSC key also, you will see this one thing you have to remember. So don't think from this only the main river separately. Don't think it like that, right? Think it from the drainage basin perspective. So Nilgiri biosphere and various other protected areas in Karnataka and protected areas in Tamil Nadu and protected areas in Kerala separately given here. Take a screenshot. Also this will be available in the material as well. Now in this video, I've tried to cover almost all aspects of the Cauvery river which are important from the UPSC perspective. Now we will see some of the previous year questions that has been asked related with the Cauvery river. So here I'm not going to discuss the previous year questions in detail, but I want to show you how UPSC is asking questions based on the rivers, right? So we will limit ourselves to the river Cauvery, that perspective which we have discussed so far. First previous year question 2019, on one side it's given famous place and river. You can see here Tiruchirappalli is given here and it is marked with Cauvery, which is right, okay? And the Tiruchirappalli and Cauvery, they are marked right. Here the correct answer comes out as 1 and 2. So I'm not going to discuss the previous question in detail, the other aspects which we haven't discussed in this video, but you should be very aware how UPSC is asking questions based on rivers. That is why I'm showing you all these questions. Now moving on to the next previous question. Bluefin Mahseer, right? It's a wildlife naturally found in. Now this again 2019, this was a current affair at that time, and here the bluefin mahseer seen on Cauvery, right? This was a current affair at that time. That also you please remember regarding the Cauvery river. In this question, the correct answer comes out as C, 1 and 3 only. Okay, the next question. So here, this is 2013. It is marked with national park on one side, river flowing through the national park. And as you can see here, the third option is related with the Cauvery river. There are two spellings starting with C and one with K. I have stick with this one. But when you search for previous questions, you can find this previous question segregation from our website. Just go to the download section from where you will be able to find the previous questions of prelims as well as mains subject-wise segregated and given there. So here the third one is right and the second one is wrongly marked, and the correct answer here is C, which is 1 and 3. Now I'm going to show you the next question, which was asked in 2006, which of the one of the following statements is not correct? Here the answer comes out as C. Kaveri river rises in Andhra Pradesh. The Kaveri river rises in Kochi district in Karnataka, right? The Talakaveri. I hope you still remember it. Now, another very old question, 1999. Here, they are interlinking the various rivers with the dams on it. And here, clearly you can see here Mettur Dam as well as the Cauvery river, right? Now, this question was asked in 1996. Which one of the following rivers thrice fork into two streams and reunites a few miles farther on, thus forming the islands of Srinagapattanam, Shivasamudram and Srinagar? Or the correct answer is Kaveri. So, I hope you liked this video and I hope you understood the way in which you should approach any topic, any river topic, and the way in which you should interrelate various aspects of environment and geography and should learn them together. My suggestion is that do draw images or draw on map and mark the places yourself. Or another trick is that you can use Google Map to collect the information. I hope you liked this video. If so, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with those friends who are preparing for the civil services examination. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.